Hello, everyone. Today I will be talking about my cultural immersion experience and what I acquired from this experience. First of all, the cultural immersion experience that I chose was volunteering at the Literacy Council of Lancaster, my local area. While I decided to attend multiple experiences, I found out that this was actually the most rewarding due to the depth of the actual experience. The cultural immersion experience was more than just an experience. It was, or an event. It was really a life-altering experience. Um, I learned first in the training how to articulate and teach at different levels of literacy. This is actually a challenge because people with different levels of literacy have different outlook on reality and life, and a lot of times it negatively affects low literacy, negatively affects individual self-esteem. I learned about how to effectively use visual aids and cartoons in order to illustrate important historical events that have taken place in the past. One such example that our trainer or volunteer coordinator gave was of gerrymandering and how there was a cartoon that helped to illustrate what this concept is. All these things are useful in helping another person try to pass the GED exam. Now, I went over a little bit about the experience and also, to a certain degree, why it emotionally was rewarding. But this was mainly because it felt good to be helping others. Uh, Not only that, this was part of Walden's social change. Of course, going through global. We were going through global days of service and at Walden, so this was great because it fit into that. And also, I was able to bridge the gap between individuals that may be less fortunate and myself, and aiding them in upward social mobility. So, how this has helped in cultural competence and acquiring a humility in counseling. Well, I realized pretty quickly that the cultural competent framework was the only way that I was going to be able to effectively connect and communicate with individuals that had health literacy and literacy levels that were less than mine. Um, of course, I was hesitant to sign that year-long commitment that I needed to do, but realized later that this was something that I really wanted to be doing and was very passionate about. So, how did this break down barriers and um, aid in my worldview of prejudice, oppression, and discrimination? Well, I was able to firsthand see that immigrants face a lot of discrimination, not only from individuals and potentially racist remarks, but also from institutional oppression. So I actually found out through one of the students that there is a United States Immigration Customs Enforcement Detention Center, which is located less than an hour away from here. And individuals, including children, um, face harsh environments and conditions in this detention center. Basically, they're not given a right to a free trial, a right to a trial, and a lot of times they're held for weeks, if not months, on end in these detention centers without access to sufficient food and basic needs. So, social advocacy that is a good segue to discussing about the social advocacy element, where I actually signed a petition in order to help stop some of these detention centers that are put in place. I also realized that cultural humility is of utmost importance, and in order to approach potential clients, I would need to uh, approach in a very uh, in a very humble manner and vouch for them, be their voice and advocate. So instead of um, feeling the pressures of assimilation and oppression, my clients, my potential future clients, could be able to um, better empower themselves through literacy, through education, and um, feeling like they are, in fact, a part of society. Thank you for listening.